Good morning and welcome to a beautiful day on Ewetopia Farms. The weather is looking like it's gonna turn to spring soon, which is always a good thing. Anyway, let's head into the barns and see what we're up to today. And even the ewes think this is fun. Creep feeder. I thought you were doing a new configuration. There's leftover grain in there, so of course all the ewes have to try to get every last morsel. Surefire way to get rid of the ewes. Just give them grain. So in this group we have one black one who's the adopted lamb. And we should have Crookie in here too somewhere. Crookie was back here, but he must be back there somewhere. Okay, so now the ewes will all be in the back part of the barn. And this little area up front is gated off with a creep gate. And now we got the 4 feeders up here. So now Arnie doesn't have to haul grain and hay to the back of the barn anymore. All the lambs will eat up front. And the ewes won't interfere. Makes feeding a lot easier. So it's just like the the creep area we have for the Suffolks. So now from the front of the barn looking in, there's Wally. And it's like that. So they can eat on 4 sides. This This is Kevin and Karen and Annie. The originals all stay together. And the lambs will have to figure out where the creep gate is. And the moms are desperate to get in here because they're smart enough to know that there's grain on this side. But a creep gate is designed so lambs can get through and ewes cannot. And when the lambs get too big to fit through as well, they probably don't need to be in here.
Give them a little bit of grain to start flushing them before they come and eat. A month before we put the rams in.
So tomorrow we're setting up a new creep pen, so we have to go to the back of this barn to get some of our creep feeders that were back here that we were using as dividing walls. So there's going to be a lot of movement as we move groups around and get the sheep organized yet again. Hey girl, stay there. The handy thing about grain is you put it out and it keeps the sheep out of your way somewhat. Without the use of cedars. And as you can see, there's some Texel crosses in here too that have done it for us. So we need 2 feeders for the creep area. So he's gonna, this is the second one he's grabbing now. Like I said, the skid steer is so useful for everything around the farm. The ewes are feeling good. So this is the finished product on the Dorset creep area. Same idea as the Suffolk side. This gives us access to the grain bin, which makes it really easy to feed them. When they were in two separate groups, Arnie had to carry pails to the very back, which was awkward because it's heavy, and also when you walk through the ewes with a grain pail, it's like a mob. So this is easier. The lambs are separate from the ewes. They can all eat in privacy. They will tend to come eat here by their own choice as opposed to eating at the feeder with their moms. You will get occasional ones that eat at the feeders with the moms, but most want to be here because the moms are bullies. They'll push the lambs and just run right over them. And here everybody's kind of the same size, and it's much easier to get your portion of food than fighting with a mother. So this is when the lambs do really well. They get their independence. They hang out in here all the time. The creep feed, like I said before, we put out enough that they can eat each day. And it's actually even each half day. So if there's a lot of this left by nighttime feeding, Arnie will not feed as much the next day, because ideally we want them to clean up the creep feed by the end of the day, because the smells of the ammonia and stuff get in it, which put a terrible smell on it. They don't want to eat it. It's like eating something stale, right? A stale bun. Also, when you're leaving grain like that, you're going to get birds and mice and rats and stuff crawling in here, eating it as well, pooping in it, spreading diseases. So again, we want to limit contamination as much as possible. So it's a balancing act. If this is cleaned up, we know to feed a little bit more. And if there's a bunch left over, we will feed a little bit less. And we go according to the ram's abilities. And some of the lambs are younger in this group. So we do have a little platform here so that they can eat up on that. But most of them are at the age now they can eat no problem in the feed trough. And then they are free to go into the these Annie and stuff and Crookie are here. They're going to be weaned very shortly, like in a few days. And then this bottle holder will be removed, but it's in the creep area right now too. This is the little gate. And they're free to go spend as much time or as little time as they want with the ewes. And this is how we like to set up our creep area, and this is how we do it. I came in here taking pictures, so a bunch of them ran out onto the mom's side. And now they'll probably all come back in. These guys are deciding if they should come through to the creep area. These guys decided that it was a very good reason to come out here. Hey buddy, those are the bottles. You didn't have to make a mess. And so there's a lot of noise in here right now because we're kind of tidying up a bit and moving gates. And it's a really warm day today. And with the moving of the gates and the warm weather and the air blowing through and the curtains all being pulled right down, as you can see, we're thinking that the ewes think that they're going to be let out. But not yet, because the yard is still too mucky and the ground is still too mucky. They will actually do more damage to the pastures than good at this point. Okay, this is Arnie trying to catch a ram again. That one's a Gladiator ramp. That one's from Gladiator.
Hey, buddy.
Very shortly, once it dries up, I'll set up the chute and we'll bring out the scale and start weighing a few of these. And this is what it looks like with the curtain down. In the summer, we actually roll the curtains up and they lock up into the eaves here, and they just stay open the whole time. But in the winter time, because we're moving them up and down, because the temperatures and conditions are fluctuating so badly, you roll them up and down because they don't lock in these positions. When you roll them up and keep them there, they are actually kind of secured, so it's more work to undo them. So right now they're rolled down quite a bit. And a few age ranges here. Oh, you have the nicest little voice. Hi. Hi. Now, can you see that other one? That other one, just subtly push the little one off the box. Just subtly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where's your mommy? So this is basically the finished look of our creep area in the first coverall, where both groups of lambs on either side have been joined together, and they have a creep area set up at the front just for them. Well, I think that's it for our video on setting up our creep pens. I just wanted to thank everybody for responding about the length of my videos. I think I will just do them as I see fit and as the things unfold. However, that being said, this video is going to be in 2 parts because we did a whole bunch more stuff today, but there was no way I could fit it on this video, so that will be on tomorrow's video. So anyway, thanks for your input as always, and I'm gonna call it a day, and hopefully you'll join us again tomorrow for the rest of the video, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.